United Arab Emirates helped Somalia with generous contribution. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates, ruler of Abu Dhabi, and a Shining World Leadership Award for Protection laureate, has authorized a $9.5 million donation to support drought-affected individuals in Somalia. The funds will assist in enhancing the living conditions of disadvantaged persons as well as help the government address the devastating situation. According to UNICEF, millions of people in the nation are facing extreme food insecurity and water shortages. In February and April 2022, the UAE delivered hundreds of metric tons of food supplies and tankers of water to support Somalian citizens. We are grateful, Your Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan and United Arab Emirates, for your loving generosity. May the resilient Somalian people soon greet brighter tomorrows in Allah's gracious kindness.
Dengue cases surged in Singapore, intensified by climate change. As of June 18, 2022, Singapore had 15,853 people registered with dengue fever, a threefold increase compared to the 5,250 infections reported last year. The disease is a mosquito-borne viral infection with flu-like symptoms, and without treatment, the fatality rate can go up to 20%. Experts state that the huge climb in cases is being driven by exceptionally warm and humid weather, a consequence of global warming. Climate scientist Dr. Winston Chow of Singapore Management University cautioned unless the climate emergency improves, it will become even more difficult to eliminate the risk of dengue fever altogether. Many thanks for the important timely warning, Dr. Winston Chow. As we pray for the speedy recovery of all affected, may everyone quickly embrace the planet-cooling and health-radiating vegan diet in celestial brilliance.
Queen's Platinum Jubilee, celebrated by artist robots painting to commemorate the 70-year anniversary of Her Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom's reign. A robot with artificial intelligence, or AI, called Ida Robot, that is specialized in making drawings, paintings, and sculptures, created a portrait of the monarch called Our Rhythmic Queen. The work reflects the various technological developments during Her Majesty's reign. The AI artist applies several unique algorithms to generate aesthetic representations of abstract images, and then its robotic arm translates the digital information into physical paintings and drawings. The machine is named after the esteemed scientist and mathematician from the 19th century, Ada Lovelace. This technological advancement is a big step forward since the release of Vincent AI, an artificial intelligence application that can apply famous artists' stylistic techniques to simple hand-drawn sketches done by humans. How impressive, Ida Robot and developers. May our rapid scientific progress always be accompanied by wisdom and compassion in divine splendor.
Norway supports agricultural production in Ukraine. The government of Norway has donated approximately $5 million to help provide Ukrainian farmers with urgently needed seeds and fertilizers before the end of the spring sowing season. Food production has been severely harmed by the Russian invasion, and food prices are expected to rise further on top of higher energy costs, affecting many developing countries that rely on Ukraine as a major grain source. The nation is the sixth largest exporter of wheat globally and supplies 50% of the world's sunflower oil and 1/6 of the world's corn, growing enough food for 400 million people. Norway's Minister of International Development, Her Excellency Anne Tinnerheim, stated, "Maintaining agricultural production in Ukraine is crucial in order to safeguard global food security in both the short and the long term." Norway is a recipient of Shining World Leadership Awards for environmental protection, humanitarianism, good governance, and peace, and a laureate of Shining World Leadership Awards for animal protection and compassion. Our praises, Norway, for your kind support. In heaven's munificence, may the gentle Ukrainian people soon live in abundant prosperity and serenity.
Australian man in wheelchair rescued from train tracks. Gary Stapleton and his wife Sue were going on a trip to the Moonee Ponds to see the ducks on the lake to ease their minds of the recent loss of their grandson. However, at a train station in Melbourne, because of his sadness, Mr. Stapleton lacked concentration and lost control of his wheelchair. He fell off the platform and onto the tracks. Mrs. Stapleton called for help, and some people at the station quickly jumped onto the tracks and lifted him back up onto the platform, after which another 5 persons retrieved his wheelchair. Luckily, he wasn't harmed by the event. A big applause, quick-thinking rescuers for saving Gary Stapleton and his precious mobility aid device. May the noble nature of humans continue to blossom as we help one another and all beings with our big loving hearts and the gentleness of the providence.
Rapid growth predicted for worldwide vegan food market. According to a study by Precedence Research, a global market research and consulting organization, people are transitioning to the vegan diet across Europe, the Asia-Pacific region, North America, and Latin America due to the enhanced awareness of health and well-being stemming from the outbreak of COVID. Consumers are also seeking to avoid food products that are driving climate change like meat. Global awareness of the cruelty in animal people factories has also been a factor in people switching to plant-based options. In 2021, the worldwide vegan food market value was $26.83 billion and is forecasted to reach $65.4 billion by 2030. Thus, registering a compound annual growth rate of 10.41%. Our appreciation, Precedence Research, for this positive and informative report. In eternal celestial blessings, may the loving plant-based lifestyle be the foundation of our planetary future.
Woman's best friend rescues her after fall in Orlando, Florida, USA. Marilyn Blackmer's 6-year-old Labradoodle person companion named Buddy saved her after she collapsed during their walk. Buddy ran across the park to get the attention of his good canine acquaintance, Sammy. Sammy knew Buddy desired something, so he went to alert his caregiver, Alice Josens, who was napping. Alice came to the door to investigate and saw that her friend Marilyn was lying on the ground. She and others immediately came to her aid. Marilyn was deeply touched by this caring teamwork and said she does not feel so alone now. The grateful woman said, "Buddy, I love you. Thank you." We admire the intelligence of Buddy and Sammy and their loving qualities, as well as the quick action taken by Alice to save her friend. Wishing Marilyn Blackmer and Buddy many more years ahead of safe and joyous walks in God's tender embrace.